Oh, hi, welcome to Adwick Lane, and this is the video I was going to do last weekend, but I didn't because I had to do I was doing the unplanned track maintenance one, all about class 31s really, and my fleet of 31s. Now of course the first 31 was the Hornby trying one, and this one is a later one because it's got the pickups on the trailing bogie. The early ones didn't. But of course then they fetched them in with the pickups on the trailing bogies, and of course they're in green, but I haven't got the blue one. I haven't got the blue, but that's on my to get list because you can find them quite easy at swap meets anyway, so I should be buying one eventually. So yeah, this is the trying Hornby green one. This, as I say, this is the later edition with the pickups on the trailing bogie. And the noise you can see. You don't need sound chips, though. It just makes its own noise. Do you know what? And there's no way you can quieten them. I've tried, but that's nice. So that probably completely drowned me out then. But yeah, as I say, it runs nice. That's the thing. Sticking with the trying one now. Years ago, when I built my my Daypole Deltic kit, I wanted a Lima Deltic chassis. So anyway, I've got a job lot, and it had a Lima Deltic that had a broken body on it, and it had this old trying 31. Now what I've done, I'll just show you the roof of this one. You've got the head code box on the top. So what I did was I've done it to look like the what they call the skinhead one. The one they got at York. It's still a work in progress. I haven't numbered it yet, but it's been painted. I've done the roof. I'll just fetch it in. If you look, I've taken the head coat box off and then moulded the grille there out of milliput, and I've had to use screws to hold the roof on because the original fixings were gone, but I need to sort of make a better way of fixing it on. I don't want to glue it because obviously you need to get the roof off to service the motor, but that's it anyway. That's the blue one. I repainted it because it was a bit tatty, but as I say, that's a work in progress. That's going to be the one that's at the National Railway Museum at York. Now this is an early example in that it didn't have pickups on the trailing bogie. So what I've done is I've put my own pickups on there, modified some Hornby wheels, and put a set of pickups on there, and of course the later, and also the 37s, I did the same with the 37s. They made them with extra pickups. I may eventually, get because I've seen that the older style bogie with the pickups on eBay. I may get those, but it works. That's the thing. So yeah, that's the trying ones. As I say, I haven't got the blue example of the trying one yet, but that's something I can do at a later date. Of course, Lima did an N gauge one long before they did the 00 gauge version, but I'll get on to that in a little while. Now the next 00 example was of course Airfix back in 1977, and they come up with this. They did it in blue and green, pretty much based on the Hornby one, I think, because the power bogie very similar, worm drives at either end of course the armature in the centre. Difference being though is that the Airfix one had 5-pole motors, and of course they were doing 5-pole motors long before it was trendy, so they actually were kind of ahead of their time really, and they did it in blue and green. This is a blue example, and bought this from a swap meet. I think it's about 20 quid I paid for it. But I'll tell you what happens with these. They suffer from a lot of noise. Not as bad as the trying ones, but they do suffer it. Now what I found with mine, now I saw a post on a Facebook page, and what somebody did, they put a little bit of insulation tape under the magnet and it quietened it down. What I did was I loosened, there's a central screw that goes through the magnet, either side the twin plates, either side the armature. I loosened that off, pushed the magnet down with my finger and tightened it back up. And it made it a lot quieter. It used to be a lot louder than this when it was running, but it's really quietened it down. really smooth. You know, for a 5-pole motor in it. It's a shame you can't convert the train ones and put 5-pole armatures in. I think they work brilliant if they did. But yeah, so that's the Airfix model in green. And the thing was, with the Airfix model, I'll get my green one. Of course, it's the power bogie, but all the pickups on the trailing bogie on there. And as I say, they're pretty smooth runners, really. And like Hornby and Triang, Airfix also did it in the green. This one I got for, I think it was about 25 quid at a swap meet. I think it was Christmas I got it, just before Christmas I think it was that anyway. And I don't think it had actually been out of the box very much, because absolutely beautiful runner, runs absolutely spot on. This probably one of my best swap meet bargains. But then there's another one that I picked up that wasn't a production run of Airfix, of course. Now this is another Airfix one, but as I say, this wasn't a production version. This is one of my swap meet pickups, and God, it's quite cheap, but it's a repaint. Here you can hear the noisy motor. Now I've tried to do the same thing with this to quieten it down, but hasn't worked. And the thing is, the chassis is a little bit fragile on it, because basically whoever had it before, when they painted it, they cut the screw fixings that are in the centre of the body, and the chassis is very, very brittle. I want to see if I can get another replacement chassis for it. But anyway, it's done in, of course, the rail freight grey. But as I say, this has still got that noisy Airfix noise that they get. But what I'll do is, when I get a replacement chassis, but when it sort of gets up to speed, it's not as bad. But when I get a replacement chassis, I'm gonna see if I can press the magnet down a bit more and tighten it right up. But at the moment I daren't do it with the chassis as it is, because it might completely crack in half, and I don't really want that to happen. As I mentioned earlier, Lima had previously done the 31 in N, and of course then later they brought it out in blue. And of course now you can buy it on the Hornby Railroad range, and also Hornby do like a super detailed one. But what's put me off the Hornby one's not only the price, but this Mazak rot that everybody keeps complaining about. So I don't want to spend a lot of money on a model for it to just crumble and fall to pieces. So I'm quite happy with my Lima ones. They do the job, they look the part, they're easy to service, and that's the thing. So yeah, they did this one. They also did it in green. I haven't got a Lima green example. I do have a green one, but I'll get onto that in a moment. But yeah, I'm still get a Lima one in green, and might gradually get all the other liveries that they're done in. But there's that one. And once again, swap meet purchases. Most of my stuff swap meet purchases these days, because new stuff's just getting expensive, right out my price range. For the price of one of these 31's new Hornby ones, I can buy 2 or 3 Lima ones, and they're going to last. They're not going to the chassis aren't going to crumble and fall to pieces. Now another Lima one, once again bought a swap meet, reasonable price. This one with the Intercity livery, and as I say, I haven't got the green example yet, but I'll try and get them in just each sort of colour really. It's not for any specific era. I like it, I run it, simple as that. But yeah, that's the Intercity livery one. And these have all been recently serviced. I literally went through and serviced everything. Took me absolutely ages to do them, but they've completely stripped the motors down, cleaned them, put them all back together, and things run beautiful. Now my memories of the Class 31s was travelling in my younger days, when I was standing on cold wet platforms taking down numbers, was travelling from Southampton down to Salisbury, Westbury and Bristol, and it was always a 31 that originated at Portsmouth Harbour, and a 31 on a rake of Mark 1s, blue 31, rake of Mark 1s, and they were steam heated as well. travelling down, as I say, to Salisbury, Westbury and Bristol. Well, that's my little thing on my fleet of 31s, and might pick another class of engine, maybe do that from time to time. As I say, that's my fleet of 31s. Hoping to add some more. I want to get a green Lima example, get the blue Triang one, but I want to see if I can get the blue Triang one that's got the twin bogey pickups, if I can. If not, I can probably get one off bogey separate on eBay and sort of transplant it. And so there's no more Airfix examples unless I see any that have been repainted that I particularly like, then fair enough. And there's other Lima examples as well in various liveries. This was the video I was going to do at the weekend when I decided to relay a load of track. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this little insight into 31, well, my fleet of 31s. And sometimes I'll do little diesel days on my Droxford layout. Sometimes, you know, various diesels run on there. I'll do 30. I'll just pick a class of diesel and I run them on there, like 31s, 50s and things like that. And that's how I do it. I just, you know, it's it's kind of my escape from the real world, really. And that's what it's all about, you know, enjoying it. And it's what you put into it is what you get out of it. You know, if you want to model it exact, fair enough. If you just want to do it, run your trains, it's great. You know, as I say, it's the enjoyment you get out of it at the end of the day. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves and happy modelling. Bye for now.